Welcome to the LinkedIn Profile Review Live. Good to see all of you again. So, on a weekly basis, I do live streams to actually review profiles and also give some advice on how to generate inbound leads from your LinkedIn profiles. So, as we get right into it, if you like a profile review, please comment profile below. So if you like a profile review, please comment profile below as well. Would love to actually review your profile. So if you're watching this live, you can type this live or comment profile below, and I will also review your profile. If not today, in a later session. So today we have about 7 profiles to review. So let's get right into it. So if you like to your profile to be reviewed as well, comment profile below. So let's start with the first profile. So thanks for submitting. So a lot of people who submitted are in my email list or in my LinkedIn network. So thanks for submitting your request to be reviewed. And if you are reviewed, I'll actually send you an email. So if you're watching this, you should have received an email or a personal message on your profile. So let's start with the first one. Okay, so is Nigar all the way from Australia. So let me just get to her profile as well. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen as this is live. Okay, so I always start with the profile that is less complete. That means the profile that needs more information, right down to the profile that is most complete. So we have Nigar here, who is from Melbourne, Australia. So when it comes to her profile, so first things first, nice profile picture. So if you're watching this and learning about LinkedIn profiles as well, this is a good one. So preferably, as you see in Nigar's profile, it's from a photo from the shoulder and above. And I also like that she has a LinkedIn headline which has the keywords that is important. So I always say this, the LinkedIn headline is where the SEO happens. So this is where you need to include the right keywords so that your profile will be discovered with the right keywords. So I like that she has high performance teams, building high performance teams, her position as well, CEO of Performing Australia, and also indicates that she's hiring. So another thing I would add, if she is looking for speaking opportunities or training opportunities, she might want to add the keywords trainer or speaker as well. So this does not only help her to be discovered on LinkedIn, these also help the discoverability on Google as well. So good job on the headline, but I would add certain keywords like speaker or trainer if that is of interest. So I also like that she included her featured section. In her featured section, she included her website. So another place that you can build some social proof. So if you visit my profile, and let me just pull mine up. Oops, see myself. And the featured section is actually a good place to build social proof. So if you are interviewed on podcast, if you have client testimonials, if you have been featured in media, this is the place to include the links as part of your featured section. So I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that Nigar could have been interviewed in a publication, or she would have her client testimonial videos, or you can also include your LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn articles. So some of the profiles today have included their LinkedIn posts, so you can actually include that as well. So build social proof in the featured section. If you can have client testimonial videos, any media publication or interviews or podcast interviews you've done, or if you have any LinkedIn content, posts, articles that could help when someone visits your profile, they're looking for more information. They're looking to know how does Nigar help build high performance teams. So if you have a LinkedIn article, for example, on 6 keys to building high performance teams, that would really help with the conversions. So thank you for submitting your profile as well, Nigar. And also another one is the about section. So this is a good one. So when it comes to the about section, the first 3 lines are the most important one. So because your about section, you can only read the first 3 lines. And I always encourage my clients to have a summary in their first 3 lines of their about section. So, but having said that, moving on to after they read the first 3 lines, you can include more information as well. So you can actually go to my profile if you're watching this and copy this to make it part of your profile. So you can have 3 sections. Number 1, who I help and problems I solve. Number 2, how I can help. And number 3, how to get in touch. So you can actually copy this template and include it as part of your profile as well. So thanks, Nigar, for submitting your profile. I think overall, I would say it's quite a complete profile, but these are some of the things that I would improve. Oh, last but not least, I actually missed this. So this is the LinkedIn banner, which is the largest real estate on your LinkedIn profile. So what I would encourage, so let me just use mine as an example. Okay, so mine is on a live stream now. But what I would encourage is to have one that has a summary of your business. If you want, you can include your website URL, a summary of your business, how they can get in contact with you. And since you have a company brand, which is Performer Australia, you can also include your company logo as part of the design. So if you need help with this, send me a message. I can connect you with someone who can design these banners. But the 3 important elements, it really gives out the visual impression once someone visits a profile. So 3 important elements. Number 1, have a summary of your business. So I believe it's building high performance teams. Have how they can contact you, whether it's your website or send you a message or a booking link, and have your company logo and company colors as part of the design. So thank you for submitting your profile, Nigar. So next, let's move on to another profile. So John Balis submitted his profile as well. So when it comes to John's profile, so you've seen a lot of advice I've given to Nigar. And when it comes to John's profile, it's quite complete. Same feedback I would give to Nigar when it comes to the LinkedIn headline. So I see that John included his name in the LinkedIn headline. So Kaizen training, Kata Kanban with training, coaching, and assessments. So you can also describe who are the clients that you can help and include certain keywords as well. So since I know that, John, you are an author, you can include keywords like author, or if you're looking for speaking engagements, this is where you can include them as well. So you don't need to include your name as part of the LinkedIn headline. The LinkedIn headline is where it helps you with discoverability on LinkedIn and Google. So you can include keywords like, so good job including keywords like coach and training. So if you like speaking engagements, please do. And oh, I see that you already have the word author, so I missed that out. But this is the place to include the relevant keywords if you like the relevant opportunity. So I would add the keyword speaker. And I like that you have a photo of this. So this is your brand, the Lean Samurai. But I would include, so for your LinkedIn banner, I would include another photo, just not to duplicate the same photo here. So it looks a bit strange. So include another photo. And for coaches, I highly encourage a photo of you speaking at an event. So to build that social proof as well, if you have a photo of you speaking at an event, that would really help. And I like your featured section is full of your LinkedIn posts and articles about your book. And similar to Nigar, I would say include, if you have client testimonials, please include them. If you were interviewed on podcasts or any media, radio stations or publications, you can include them as well. And when it comes to the featured section, I really like yours. I really like John. So a very in detailed and structured feature about section, but I would also add how they can get in touch with you. So is there a website they can visit, or is there an email that they can get in touch with you? So I also like the experience session. You actually have a company page, so that's a good job on that, and some of the licenses as well. So overall, quite a complete profile, John, and thank you for submitting your profile. So just to summarize, the changes that I would recommend: number one, include another photo in your LinkedIn banner. So this is the LinkedIn banner, preferably one that is featuring you speaking at a crowd. You can include the word speaker if you're looking for speaker opportunities in your LinkedIn headline. And for your featured section, if you could include any podcast interviews, any video testimonials from your clients, any media that you've been featured in, this is the place to include them as well. And for the about section, include how someone can get in touch with you. So thank you for submitting your profile, John. And let's move on to the next profile. So I see that Roy and Tarun, thanks for submitting your profile. So I will review your profiles next week. Today we have about 8 to go through, so I don't think we have enough time. But thank you for your interest. I'll be reviewing yours in the next one. Okay, so next one we have Shinika. So when it comes to the LinkedIn banner, I really like hers. So this is a relatively good example of the elements of what you can have in your profile. So number one, I like that Shinika has her company logo here, and also that she has her website and also a summary of her business. So the only criticism I would have on this LinkedIn banner is on the colors. So some of the words here, especially these summary, building creative and purpose-driven strategies, is not very legible. So you might want to reconsider the font or the colors. And so that will help with the legibility of the LinkedIn banner. And if I can't read it on the desktop, it might be harder to read on the mobile as well. So I like her LinkedIn headline. She has a help achieving women who are feeling stuck professionally in their business, non-profit or career. So if you are looking for opportunities to speak or to train, include keywords like speaker and trainer as well. So a lot of coaches here as part of today's call. And also I like that for Shinika, she has a lot of her content going on, her LinkedIn content as part of these, where she interviews people on her post. So similar to what I said to John just now, is to include, if you are interviewed on other podcasts, to include this as well. And if you have any client testimonial videos, to include as part of your featured section as well. And the about section is more like a summary of your experience, which is good. But similar to what I've said to the previous two profiles, you can include sections for your who I help and problems I solve, the companies that you work with, how you can help, your itemized service and offerings, and how they can get in touch. So thank you as well for submitting your profile, Shinika, and let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so for Shinika, I see that for the Makeever group, Makeever group, I hope I said the name right. The Makeever group, you don't have a company page. So I highly recommend you to create a company page and attach it to your experience here as part of the Chief Creative Officer. So that's something important that you need to do because it looks empty here if you don't have one. So how can you create a company page? Is by simply going to work and going down to creating a company page like I just showed here. So that's how you can include a company page. But overall, I would say also I don't see recommendations. So Shinika, you can get recommendations from your clients and your previous team members as well. So you can get more recommendations. So for Shinika, overall, good job on the profile. It's quite complete. So in summary, I would make the LinkedIn banner more legible, great profile photo. And if you're looking for speaking opportunities or training opportunities, make sure you include those keywords. Add in more information in the about section and add in more featured media if you are featured in media or client testimonials as part of the featured section as well. So thank you for submitting your profile, Shinika, and let's move on to the next one. So next one we have, I'm not sure how to say her name, but it's Much Brit. So I hope I said it correctly, Much Brit from Denmark. So thank you for connecting and submitting your profile as well, Much Brit. So for Much Brit, I quite like the LinkedIn banner. So just to note one small thing, a small detail, which is when it comes to designing the LinkedIn banner, is to make sure none of the design is blocked by your profile photo. So anything that you design on the left will be blocked out by the profile photo. So small thing, but the star here is cropped out, but it's a small thing. And for the LinkedIn banner as well, I like the design. So what I would include is how they can contact you if you have a website or if you want them to contact you using a booking link. So that you can include here as well. I like how you included Brains magazine here. So when it comes to the LinkedIn headline, high performance coach speaker, so a good summary as well of your business. So that's a good job on that. And it comes to the featured section, good job on including the post as well. So quite similar to Shinika, I would say add in if you have any, especially if you've spoken at an event and you have any videos that you like to share, you can include it here as well. Or if you have interviewed on any publication or media, you can include it. And the next level is to include any client testimonials or videos here. Or also include a LinkedIn article. So you can refer to mine as an example as well. Yeah, so if you can include client testimonial videos or a LinkedIn article, that really helps to build your expertise on your profile. That is highly encouraged as well. So just a quick sharing on my LinkedIn article. I know that a lot of visitors to my profile will actually, first place they go is to read my LinkedIn article. So it's not to be underestimated. It's actually a place where people want to find out more on what is my expertise, and if I can really help them, they will actually visit my LinkedIn article. So much, Brit. So overall, the good job on your profile. That's what I would add to the featured section. And the about section, I like the itemized offerings and also the call to action. That's a good job on that. And So main thing I would change is to add a company page. So similar to Shinika, add a company page for high performance living so that it does not look empty like this. And I think you can also find the company page for team industrial services. So add in a company page, and also how you can create a company page, just a refresher, go to work and create a company page and make your company logo part of the, use it as the company page photo as well. So major one is to add a company page, add in any featured media or clients testimonials or LinkedIn articles to your featured section, and include how they can contact you in your LinkedIn banner. So thank you for submitting your profile as well, Mashbrit. So next one, we move on to the last, let me just check, last 3 profiles. Okay, so today we have a bit of profiles to review. So if you're interested for your profile to be reviewed, comment profile below and I will review them next week as well. So give me a second while the page loads. Okay, so now we have here Song Yong, who submitted his profile to be reviewed. So interesting design when it comes to the LinkedIn profile for Song Yong. So when it comes to the LinkedIn banner, it's actually a good one. I see the effort being put in, and I like the call to action as well, which is connect with me, and a summary of his business. So one improvement I would make to the LinkedIn banner is some of the words are not legible. So doctors, lawyers, and senior executives, you can see it on the live. It's actually in very small font, and I don't think many can read here. And if I like as well that he included his LinkedIn URL. So if you can see, it's a very small LinkedIn URL. So that is not necessary, because if someone is reading this, they are on your LinkedIn URL. And also, I think he included his website, which is songyongplanyourfuture.today. So this is actually very small font that can't be seen. So if you want to include websites or links, please make sure that it's legible as well. And I like that he has a summary of what he does in the LinkedIn headline, so that's good. And he included his LinkedIn post part of the featured section, so that's a good one as well. So for the featured section, and also I think he has some awards and also his post, which is good. So I would add in a comprehensive LinkedIn article that I showed as part of my LinkedIn profile. So you can do that as well. And also if Lee was featured in any media, you can feature that. But overall, I would also add in client testimonials. So imagine when someone visits your profile, they are looking for client testimonials as well. They're looking to see who you've worked with, and having those will really help with the conversions. So overall, it's quite a complete profile. I would say when it comes to the featured section, you can use mine as the template. So you can use a quick one, who I help, problems I solve, and how I can help, and how they can get in touch. So this is a quick template that makes the profile, the about section, easy to read. Okay, so good job on the experience section. So overall, Song Yong, quite a complete profile. So as we get on to the last 2 profiles, it'll be even more complete as well. So overall, good job. I would make the necessary changes to the LinkedIn banner, include client testimonials, and if you're interviewed on any media or any podcast, part of your featured section. And client testimonials are very important here, and also include a comprehensive LinkedIn article. For example, for example, include an article about financial planning or retirement planning, like 5 keys to retirement planning in Singapore. Include we call it like the King article. That means put in your best information in that article and make it in your featured profile. That will really help with the conversions as well. So as mentioned previously in this live, I have a LinkedIn marketing trends article, and a lot of the visitors to my profile do check out this article as well. So thank you for submitting your profile, Song Yong. So let's move on to the last two for the day. So second one is Alex, who submitted his profile 2 weeks ago. And overall, so it's quite complete. I really like the profile. So short one for you, Alex. I really like his LinkedIn banner here. So it's part of his company, Integrity Technology. Also a summary of his business. If I were to add, I would add in the website, but overall is good. And for this LinkedIn headline, as mentioned in the earlier profiles, is to add in the keywords of your services or the opportunities you like to get. So you can add in keywords like IT security, keywords like digital transformation, not only in this. So this talks about section as part of the creator mode does not help with searchability. It helps a little bit on the content side, but I would include it as part of the LinkedIn headline as well. So just to summarize, so Alex understands SEO. So this helps with the searchability on LinkedIn and Google as well. So please do include the keywords IT security and digital transformation. So overall, quite a complete profile. So I won't spend more time on this. Featured section, similar advice I will give as the rest of the profiles. So you can include, so I believe Alex has been interviewed on media like maybe BFM or radio or print publications. So you can include that as part of your featured section, and even include a comprehensive LinkedIn article if you like. But I believe the main thing for you as a business leader is to include social proof, which is if you're interviewed on media, please include it here as well. So overall, good job on the profile, Alex, and thank you for submitting your profile. So last one for today, and for those who said you like your profile to be reviewed, I would need to prepare and also to have a quick look. So all of those who submitted today will be reviewed next week. So noted on that, Shireen, Roy, and Tarun as well. So last one for today, it's a very creative one. So Rina is I help entrepreneurs get seen. So from this, there is a lot of work when it comes to the LinkedIn headline. So it needs more description on how you help businesses with this. So how entrepreneurs get seen through a business podcast, or I help entrepreneurs with storytelling. So from reading this LinkedIn headline, I don't really know what type of services that you offer yet. So you can include, so similar with the other profiles as well, is to include what you do, how you help companies, and also your position as part of your LinkedIn headline. And I like the featured section, which has a lot of posts. So in these featured section as well, is to include if you're interviewed on other podcasts, or if you are interviewed on any media, to include this as well. And I think you should also include, besides LinkedIn post, to include a link straight to the podcast, whether it's on iTunes or on Spotify. So that's what I would include in the featured section. Oh, and so I just missed this out. So there's a new link that you can include as part of your LinkedIn intro section. So you can include this link. For example, check out my podcast, and you can include the link to your podcast, and you can customize the link as well. So how you can do this is you can go to your intro section, and this is fairly new. So you can come to the intro section, and you can actually get right into it. They actually ask you if you like to feature your website. So you can include your podcast link, followed by a link, customizable link. So you can say, hey, listen check out my podcast and a link to the Spotify or iTunes. So that is what I would include for your profile, Rina, and include that as part of your featured section as well. And overall, good job on the LinkedIn profile and the... Okay, so now that I've seen the about section, I get you sponsorships, I get you podcasts, I connect you with change makers. So all these should be part of the LinkedIn headline as well. So as you can see, the about section is hidden until I clicked on see more. So make sure you include all these so that when someone visits your profile, they know how you can help them. So I like the contact section of the profile and also a summary of your services. So perhaps you can add in another one. So how I segment it is to have 3 sections, as mentioned earlier today, 3 sections: who I help, problems I solve, and how they can get in touch. So a very simple one that you can copy and include as part of your profile as well. So thanks for submitting your profile, Rina, and good job on the overall profile. But the main thing I would change, I actually quite like your LinkedIn banner. I like the design, but perhaps you can tell people how they can find your podcast as well. So Better Call Daddy, without context, I don't know it's a podcast. So perhaps you can say, hey, find us on Spotify and iTunes. So include the logos for that platforms as well. Or if you have a website for that, please include it. And the main one is the featured section. So include a summary of how you help businesses and entrepreneurs in your LinkedIn headline. Include that, how you help businesses, for example, get you on podcasts and get you sponsorships. So include that as your LinkedIn headline. And in your featured section, a good place to have a comprehensive LinkedIn article. If you're interviewed on media like Forbes or interviewed on other podcasts, it's a good place to have this as well, besides your LinkedIn posts. But overall, good job on the podcast, and thanks for submitting your profile as well. So we'll come to the end of the session. And if you like your profile to be reviewed next week, please comment profile below and I will review them next week. So thanks for watching live. If you're watching this live, we'd love to say hi to you. Please comment live below and I'll say hi to you before I end the session today. So thank you all for being here. I would say bye to you in a few minutes. And thank you as well, Varun. So noted on that, I will look at it next week. So thank you all for submitting and I will see you next week.